Sorry about that. So Kai Hunter will be starting on the front row of the grid with Pearson Bullock Carter alongside him. From Jack Bate, Tristan Rennie, Leo Purchase and Philip Rawson on the third row of the grid. Lorenzo Cordal from Scott Mackerel, and then Lucas Ellingham and Thomas Wood on the fifth row of the grid. Then Matthew Lambert, Alex Moody, Gabe Fairbrother, George Hunter, Callum Kinder, Oliver Duffel. Then Jack Lilly, Angus Scrivener, Stephen Napier and Charlie Pritchard on the 10th row of the grid. 11th row of the grid will consist of Stephen Duncan, Ramarion Ubi, Thomas Liatukas, then it will be James Tester, Tommy Lee, Lucas Ivas Kavuchis, then it will be Isaac Lord, Jay Pearson, and on the 15th row of the grid it will be Asa Pinder and Nathan Guzzi. So with those being 30 of the drivers taking part here in the Senior Rotax Final, all of the drivers will make their way onto the circuit. And for the final time today, we will go racing. Kai Hunter in second position. He would have been hoping for pole, but it was a heartbreak there in the first heat as, sorry, not in the first heat, in the super heat as he had contact with the number 2 of Lorenzo Cordal off the start of the race, which meant that his race was a complete recovery drive. He dropped all the way down into 16th position, recovered up to 5th, so a great job there from him to recover anything from that race. He'll still start from the front row of the grid, so definitely still in contention. Kai Hunter being the championship leader, probably the most dominant race, probably one of the most dominant drivers throughout the field, and is proving so once again this weekend. Apart from the super heat where he didn't get a podium and the third heat where he didn't get a podium, Kai Hunter has taken 2 victories so far this weekend. But all the drivers are looking here to deny him an opportunity of doing so. Pearson Bullock Carter, we've seen him fighting up at the front end. That was in the super heat. So as we now go down into the home straight, all of the drivers are slowed down. Have we learned our lesson from the superheat? Yes, we have, and we go racing straight away. Kai Hunter with a brilliant break there from the front of the grid, and he manages to get in front of Pearson Bullock Carter. I wonder if that will be investigated as a jump start. We'll have to wait and see though, but Kai Hunter currently leading the way from Pearson Bullock Carter as those 2 drivers managed to storm away from the rest of the field as everyone's now filing their way through as they went down through the S's. Down into the first bend we go. Through Paddock Bend and down into the infield. Everyone just trying to squabble for positions, gain up as many places as they can on the first lap. Remember, the first lap is always the best opportunity for gaining as many positions as you can in a short space of time. So down into Luna Bend and up across the first home straight we go. Kai Hunter leads the way from Pearson Bullock Carter. Philip Rawson, our winner of the Superheat, is in third right now from Tristan Rennie, Jack Bates, Scott Mackerel, Alex Moody, Lucas Ellingham, Thomas Wood and Matthew Lambert rounding out the top 10 right now. Remember, this is a 14-minute race, so plenty of action to take place in this one. 2 minutes longer than the Honda Mini and Micro race. So if the junior race is anything to go by of what we've seen in 14 minutes, the seniors definitely have something to live up to. As they go down through Luna Bed once again, up at the front end, you can see things coming a little bit too sparse between them. Kai Hunter and Pearson Bullock Carter, not really close between them. 0.3 of a second is now what separates them. Bullock Carter manages to pull just hundredths out of Hunter on that previous lap. But Philip Rawson getting reeled in by Tristan Rennie as Rennie was able to set the fastest lap of the race last time round. Obviously only being the second lap. Tristan Rennie was actually involved in quite a bit of major contact between him and Lucas Ellingham on the previous race, which is in the super heat. So Rennie has a lot to prove here, and he's looking like he's got the pace to do so as well. There we can see the number 88, that's Alex Moody, who broke down on the formation lap of our super heat. Was not able to take part in that one, but proving that one bad result is not going to shape his weekend at all. He points forwards to the drivers in behind of Scott Mackerel and Jack Bate. Let's work together, let's push forwards, let's catch on to the drivers in front of us, and that's what he plans on doing. If the drivers in behind are going to do so as well, that's a different question, but Alex Moody, he has his eyes set on bigger prizes than 5th position. So down the straight we go once again. All the drivers still squabbling for position. as they go down through the infield section, probably the most technical part for the drivers, as it goes from very fast and flowing to very tight and twisty. So a big switch up there in the actual dynamics of the track that the drivers have to adjust to, and they do a very good job at doing so every single time. Down the inside, Lucas Ellingham's going to lose a position there. That's going to be Lorenzo Cordal getting himself up in an 8th position. So Lucas Ellingham dropping down into 9th. It really just has not been Ellingham's weekend with, I think it's fair to say, disappointing results, he told me, in the heats. And in the super heats, it was all looking like it would turn around. He was in 3rd position, and then contact there with Tristan Rennie meant that he dropped all the way down the order. And now he finds himself in 9th position after Lorenzo Cordal was made that overtake stick. He finds himself in 9th in the final so far, but with still 10 minutes left to go. There's plenty of time for him to fight his way back through. Up at the front end we look. There's the number 23 going for an overtake. Sorry, this is in the mid-pack, actually. That's going to be Hunter going for a move on Kinder. So that was going to be George Hunter going for a move on Callum Kinder. As said before, those two drivers swapping positions, the 23 and the 16. So as they switch it up there, the drivers now follow through. That was the 23 and the 53, sorry. The number 19 of Napier was able to follow through. We're looking a little bit further up the field here, and that's going to be Leo Purchase, Gabe Fairbrother, and Jack Lilly. Jack Lilly running with the single-digit number 9, as he placed 9th in the championship last year in the senior Rotax class. So proving that he's a competitive driver up at the front of the field. He's definitely going to be fighting within the top 10 for positions this year. Gabe Fairbrother, the number 17 of Leo Purchase, you can see just in front of Fairbrother. Currently in 10th position right now, but out in front, Kai Hunter has been reeled in by Pearson Bullock-Carter. Bullock-Carter only 2.4 tenths behind Kai Hunter right now. Philip Rawson not far in behind that battle at all either. You can see Lorenzo Cordal now focusing his sights and trying to catch onto the back of Jack Bate. Scott Mackerel is going for a move on Alex Moody as well. So Mackerel gets himself up in a 5th position, and Moody dropped down into 6th as he is now in the clutches of Jack Bate. So Jack Bate in 7th. Is he going to be looking for 6th position, or is Alex Moody going to be able to hold on to that one? For the time being, he's going to be able to hold on to it. Watch out for Lorenzo Cordal, the other KMS driver in the field. He's now arriving onto the back of this battle as well. The first driver he's going to have to attack is Jack Bate. Then he's going to have his teammate of Alex Moody. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Obviously, the number 1 unwritten rule of motorsport is don't make contact with your teammates. That's the number 1 golden rule that any driver will go by. Do not crash with your teammates, because it will make for a very awkward trip home and a very awkward trip to the awning as well. So out in front, Tristan Rennie and Philip Rawson currently batting for 3rd position. You can see there the number 5 all over the back of the 29 of Philip Rawson. Tristan Rennie doing a good job for a recovery after a poor result in the superheat, out of no fault of his own. Around Luna Bend we go, and down towards the back straight. Tristan Rennie head down on the steering wheel, trying to get that aerodynamical advantage over Philip Rawson in front of him, trying to gain every single bit of advantage that he can, every single tiny bit of time. It's all going to add up over the course of this race. Kai Hunter, after he'd been reeled in by Pearson Bullock-Carter, now he feels it's his time to extend the gap, as he manages to set a new fastest lap of a 42.061. That was 2 tenths quicker than Pearson Bullock-Carter in 2nd position right now. The number 95 of Kai Hunter doing a good job out in front. But we're focusing on that battle, as Lorenzo Cordal has completely arrived onto the back of this battle. And the first driver he's going to have to overtake is no longer going to be Jack Bate. It's going to be his teammate of Alex Moody. Now, will Moody just let his teammate go, as he will recognize that the number 2 of Cordal is quicker? We'll have to see as they make their way down through the S's now. Lorenzo Cordal making his presence known to the rest of the pack. 4 drivers all battling it out right now. It's very close and nothing separating any of them, as anything could happen at any moment. So as we see, all over the back of Scott Mackerel right now is Jack Bate. Bate seems to have found a little bit more motivation, a little bit more pace to now push on and gain a couple of positions if available to him. Tristan Rennie, this was in the making, and it was about a matter of time. Tristan Rennie down the inside of Philip Rawson. He'll get himself onto a podium position now, will the number 5. So Tristan Rennie gets himself into 3rd position as he now sets his eyes on Pearson Bullock Carter in front, and he'll push as hard as possible to try and make that gap diminish. Kai Hunter still holding on out in front right now. A mechanical flag has went out to the 117. That's Asa Pinder. Asa Pinder was down in 29th position. One driver having to run away from their car. So I wonder what's happened there. Maybe that was Isaac Lord. Was that the number 57 of Isaac Lord that's had issues there, meaning that he's had to retire from the race? So if we have a look, the number 95 still breaking away from Pearson Bullock Carter, and just over 5 minutes is still remaining on the clock right now. So over half the race has been completed. As we were looking at, that was Philip Rawson in behind Tristan Rennie. Rawson just not able to compare his pace to Tristan Rennie out in front of him, as he just breaks away from the back of the train. There's Alex Moody. He's now into the clutches. Sorry, that's not Alex Moody. That is going to be Lorenzo Cordell right there, as he's got Gabe Fairbrother all over the back of him. Does the number 2 of Cordell. And he doesn't have the number 11 all over the back of him anymore, as he's now on the back of the number 11. Gabe Fairbrother is able to make the move as he goes down into the first corner. So Gabe Fairbrother uses the slipstream to his advantage and now extends a little bit of a move there on Lorenzo Cordell, as he'll chase down the back of Scott Mackerel as well in doing so and try and make a move stick between them if possible. So there is the abandoned car. I can confirm that is the number 57 of Isaac Lord. Just tried to catch that number, and that definitely was the number 57. So that's unfortunate to see there for Isaac Lord. Down the inside, there's a move and actually a hanging rear bumper. So that is definitely going to be a mechanical flag going the way of Philip Rawson. So Jack Bate manages to make his way through with no issues and without causing any more issues to the rear bumper there of Philip Rawson. But the back end of that car is not looking too nice. So Philip Rawson has been asked to pull into the pit lane by the stewards, as the black and orange circled flag, that is going to be the mechanical flag, has been issued to the number 29. He'll have to pull into the pit lane within 3 laps of racing to avoid getting a DQ from the race. As down the inside, Stephen Duncan goes and pulls into the pit lane, does Philip Rawson. So Rawson pulls into the pit lane. He acknowledges that the fact that he got a mechanical flag and doesn't cause any more issues for drivers out on the circuit. Lorenzo Cordell still all over the back of Gabe Fairbrother, but Fairbrother looking to make a move on Scott Mackerel as soon as possible. Fairbrother just waiting for the opportunity to arise. As Scott Mackerel doing a good job in the Hunter Motorsport colours right now is the number 16 as he goes through Luna Bend. Through Luna Bend he goes. Up the hill we will follow as well. We'll follow a couple of positions in behind on Jack Lilly. Jack Lilly still in behind Leo Purchase. As a look to the inside there by Gabe Fairbrother, but he wasn't able to make anything stick. Number 11 of Gabe Fairbrother still has to sit in behind Scott Mackerel right now. He'll have to deal with 6th. But Kai Hunter manages to pull his lead once again to 7/10 of a second. Pearson Bullock Carter just not able to do anything about Kai Hunter out in front. So as we look going forwards, we look through the rest of the pack. There's Gabe Fairbrother once again with Lorenzo Cordell all over the back of him. Fairbrother is in a position where he needs to overtake, or he will be overtaken by Lorenzo Cordell. We go down the home straight and down towards the first corner. Down the inside, Fairbrother tries it. Mackerel's not going to let him. As they go bouncing over the curbs there, Scott Mackerel just about holding on. Cordell around the outside of both of them. Beautiful switchback there from the number 2 as he manages to get the move done. Mackerel looking to the rear left of his car, and another rear bumper hanging off. 2 in 1 race. That's unlucky. Up and over there goes the number 17. That's Leo Purchase catching the back of that rear bumper. That just shows the dangers of a hanging rear bumper can cause. Is Mackerel going to try and pull it back to the pit lane, or will he pull off the circuit? Either or, he'll try and keep out the way of other drivers. He's already seen the issues that that rear bumper can cause. That's so unfortunate there for Leo Purchase. Nothing he could do about it. Just caught onto the back of that rear bumper and went up and over. Luckily, didn't evolve into anything more. That's Kai Hunter. 8.7 tenths is the gap he now has out in front. With 44 seconds left on the clock, he's looking pretty secure to get himself another victory in his bag and towards his championship lead, just extending from the rest of the field now in the championship order. Kai Hunter proving to be an unstoppable force over the course of this championship bid that he's had this year so far. With 4 rounds completed, sorry, it will be 4 rounds completed once this race is done. With 3 rounds completed. It wasn't the best of first rounds there from Kai Hunter, but ever since then, he's won both rounds 2 and 3, and he's looking to do it again in 4. He's went 2 for 3. Can he go 3 for 4? Kai Hunter is now coming around the final couple of corners, and we'll have one more lap. Final lap of the race is underway. Kai Hunter 1 second lead already over Pearson Bullock Carter. So Tristan Rennie, he also looks like to be in a land of his own, so nothing he needs to worry about either. So our top 3 looking very secure with the positions that they're in right now. Jack Bate also looking secure in 4th. Lorenzo Cordell hoping to hold on to 5th right now. Fairbrother is half a second in behind. We're going to have a victory tour of the circuit here with Kai Hunter as we follow him through what is Luna Bend. Just 2 more corners to go, and they're not really corners because they're flat out. And it's flat out across the line. Kai Hunter is once again victorious after a heartbreak there in the superheat after contact. Kai Hunter gets himself back on the top spot. He's went 3 for 4. He won round 2, won round 3, and he's now won round 4. Kai Hunter is seeming unstoppable with an absolute charge after the second round of this championship. Can he keep this streak going into the final 2 rounds? We'll have to wait and see. And it's a wait that I cannot wait for as well. Kai Hunter is victorious once again out here in Three Sisters. Pearson Bullock Carter did a great job to finish in 2nd position over Tristan Rennie with a brilliant recovery drive to finish 3rd from Jack Bate, Lorenzo Cordell, Gabe Fairbrother, Jack Lilly, Stephen Duncan, Leo Purchase, and Alex Moody rounding out the top 10 drivers in the final race of the day here for the Senior Rotax Final.